compassion. To schedule an appointment, call 866.
First things first, the referees are horrible. Baker Mayfield was helmet to helmet. Should have been 15 more yards. That's why he got up running his mouth. He expected a penalty to come, but it wasn't coming. Referees, this is why the NFL is a billion-dollar industry. Don't have full-time referees. They're trying to save money. The NFL, if you're going to... And then the false start, which benefited us because we got a sack. But still, they're missing too many calls. Not to the game. While Baker GX Mayfield started that slow, thanks to Todd G. Haley's play calling, because, I mean, listen, quarterbacks want to get in a rhythm. You know, you want to get in a rhythm. You find what one guy does to his strengths, and you play to that. Unfortunately, the Browns waited the second half to start playing to Mayfield's strengths. And you see what happened when he did. Tore it up. The first half was horrible offensively. Defensively, we got gashed. We couldn't stop no one. I thought it was going to be a blowout. Defense got down. They got a safety, and we were down 16-2 at halftime. There was a point that late in the second quarter, I felt, even though I'm a gambler, I said the way our offense is playing, just take the field goal. You're only going to be down 11. 2-score game. Take the fucking field goal. Boom. Turns out that field goal would have won the game, but dumbass Hugh Jackson doesn't do that. He overrides Todd Haley. Who, by the way, Todd Haley at this juncture is the worst play call. I didn't think it would get worse than Hugh Jackson last year. Todd Haley is 10 times worse than Hugh Jackson ever was. I don't know. He's running on first and second down. He doesn't get his quarterback in a rhythm. Listen, Mayfield right now is handcuffed because he has receivers that drop the ball. He has Smurf receivers, midgets. They can't see over fucking 5'5". They're fucking midgets. And they drop the ball. And they don't separate. They can't get open. So Mayfield right now, considering the stacks deck, the deck is stacked against him. I'm amazed that he came through in the second half because with the play calling, the receivers dropping things, I mean, he puts balls right where they need to be. Now, I will say this. There were some balls Mayfield threw today. You can tell he was a little bit in the back of his head trying to keep it safe. There was balls that he threw that if the receivers weren't catching them, no one was catching them. So I think Mayfield, in that sense, did kind of play a little bit too cautious. Maybe in the back of his head, he didn't want to throw an interception, which could have resulted in him not pulling the trigger on some throws. However, in the second half, when we needed it, it came through. When they started going downfield and opening the game up. It's like they wanted to force a run game. You don't need to run the NFL. It used to be you run to set the pass up. Now you pass to set the run up. You don't need to run the ball. I was wrong about Chubbs. Obviously, Chubb is a beast, so I love it. Chubb is a beast. I got to give him credit. He's better than Hyde. We had a chance at the goal line. Mayfield didn't get in. Quarterback sneaks. It's nice when you got a 6'5" guy that can do that. Mayfield's only 6 foot. I wouldn't have done that call with him. Maybe if you had maybe if Mayfield was 6'3", 6'4", maybe, yeah, but not there. I would have ran Chubb. I would have ran Chubb. Hugh Jackson left points on the board twice. Referees were horrible. They didn't help us out none. I thought in the second, Todd Haley's play call in the first half was abysmal. It was abysmal. It was the worst I've ever seen. It made Hugh Jackson look like fucking Marv Levy with the Buffalo Bills K-gun. Hugh Jackson never looked as bad as... If I was the Browns right now, if I was John Dorsey, I'd fire Hugh Jackson and Todd Haley immediately. Todd Haley, you're not going to do nothing with Todd Haley. He's horrible. Todd Haley looks like some drunk you see at a bar with a fucking alcoholic, with a skinny, sloppy gut because he's a fucking alcoholic. He just looks like he's fucking terrible. I used to like Haley, but his play calling is terrible. Getting to John Dorsey. Josh Gordon, 4 catches, 400 yards. I can't help to think how great Mayfield's stats would look in the first half if we had Josh Gordon to throw to. Because, see, if we had Josh Gordon to go to, Jarvis Landry wouldn't see as much attention. Josh Gordon can catch balls in double coverage. That's how good he is. And Josh Gordon catches balls when all these other guys don't. So, John Dorsey, I thank you for trading away Josh Gordon and Carlos Hyde. It's like you're trying to sabotage your rookie quarterback, saying, oh, let me sabotage him. For all you Jets fans out there talking about Darnold, what was it, 14 of 42? 3 interceptions, 1 touchdown, a 34 rating. I already said my piece. Darnold is fucking horrible. He's terrible. He'll be out of football in 2 years. Guy's terrible. And the Jets fans are like, oh, he's got no receivers. They're dropping balls. Mayfield has like 22 more drops than Darnold has all year. So don't give me that. Darnold just can't throw a football where it needs to be caught. Mayfield puts it right in their fucking hands. Darnold sucks. We seen it today. He played a good defense. Last week he played a shit defense. This week he played a good defense and he choked. And yet Colin Coward will still be there licking his dick. I thought Mayfield fought Gallagher. I will criticize Mayfield for the final drive. I don't know if it was play call. I kind of forget. But the final drive, I felt on third down, or was it third down? Or fourth down, whatever. I felt we should have ran Chubb. We should have ran Chubb on third and fourth down. Get that first down. I don't know what the fuck the play calls were. When you got receivers that are struggling to get open and they don't catch, go to your hot running back. Run the fucking ball, you fucking retard. That's why I hate Taylor Haley. We run the ball. I think we could have just abused him with the run game right there and got a field goal. I have confidence in Greg Joseph now. I swear to God. I went from having no confidence. I would have kicked a 50, 60-yard field goal with him. I swear. I have confidence in him right now. I don't know why. I just believe in him right now. So, yeah, Haley's got to go. He's horrible. He's terrible. And Hughes got to go also. I'd keep Greg Williams because I think Greg Williams is a piece or two away from having an elite defense. Elite defense. So, the Browns are tired right now. They've been playing a lot of overtime games. Close games, And this goes back to Hugh Jackson. He's just a guy that the penalties, undisciplined. If you have a penalty in practice, or they should be fines for having penalties, something. These guys cannot get so many fucking penalties. There's no repercussions. So, John Dorsey started this bullshit. Listen, my problem with John Dorsey is, right, you could tell you didn't like Gordon from the get-go. John Dorsey should have traded Gordon in training camp before Hard Knocks. He should have said, listen, Gordon's gone, we're trading him. That's what they should have done. You don't trade him 3 weeks into the season when we already thought we were going to have him, and now we got nothing. Nothing. You have nothing. You have no guys that can separate. You have no guys that can get open. You have nothing. No guys that can take the top off. You don't. I believe if Josh Gordon was still here, Jarvis Landry would be a lot better, and this offense would be a lot better. A lot better. And besides, did we have another throw to a tight end besides Njoku? What the fuck are these guys doing? I just think the coaching in Cleveland's so bad. Mayfield, everyone says it's the worst defense in the league. Obviously, that defense plays a lot better with the new coach, the new coordinator. But I said Mayfield in the first half, it was a combination of poor receivers and horrible play calling. You got to get your quarterback in a rhythm. But I will say this: Mayfield was being a little bit overly cautious about throwing an interception. I will say that. You can see by his misses. They were where no one could catch him. Mayfield made the play of the day. Actually, the second play of the day was by Mayfield. Jarvis Landry made the catch and the touchdown all in one. And Mayfield had that nice run, which should have been a helmet to helmet. Guy should have been thrown out, whatever. I'm not thrown out, but personal foul. These referees are horrible. It's $1 billion industry. They won't have full-time referees. Now we're 2-4-1. We win that game, we're 3-3-1. That game in Pittsburgh next week is probably for the division, because I feel Baltimore and Cincinnati are both going to lose. But we could still win that game in Pittsburgh, but we gotta play. Listen, in the NFL, you can't. It should not take a fucking half of football to figure out your fucking offensive problems. It shouldn't. And granted, we only scored 21 points offensively. I'm sorry. That's not good enough. When Jamie Collins got that interception at the end of the middle overtime, I'm like, there's no way Baker's not going to take us down and get a fucking field goal and end the game. But I'll be damned, he didn't do it because of play calling. Run the fucking ball there. I just don't get it. Last week, I thought Mayfield was victimized by a lot of drops. A lot of drops. 2 touchdown passes dropped right off the bat. But Mayfield didn't have his best game. He obviously was shook last week against San Diego. And I thought for the first half, he kind of looked a little bit unsure of himself. And he had me starting to question, well, can this guy play at this level? But then I've seen enough of him in the second half to realize he can, but they have to have better players around him, and they have to have better play calling. You put better players around this kid, and the sky's the limit. I mean, he's doing it right now with guys from, what's his name, Perriman? He ain't caught a ball in, 2 years? Callaway ain't played football in, 2 years? Landry's our only fucking receiver. I mean, these other guys, Higgins comes back, we'll be all right with that. Ratley didn't do nothing. And the penalties are fucking crazy. So, yeah, Todd Haley's definitely worse than Hugh Jackson ever was. It's not even close. I don't want to hear about Hugh Jackson. I thought he was the worst play caller ever, but he's not. It's Todd Haley. And consequently, when both of these guys are fired, guaranteed Hugh Jackson has an offensive coordinator job before Todd Haley. I guarantee you that. Todd Haley needs superstars to run his offense, because if he doesn't have them, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Hugh Jackson, if he had a good quarterback last year, Hugh Jackson might have had something. Hugh Jackson's problem was he had a shitty quarterback and he couldn't run his system. If Hugh Jackson was calling plays this year with Baker GX Mayfield would run that thing to perfection. Trust me when I tell you. But I will say this, if John Dorsey wasn't there right now, guess what, Browns fans? We'd have fucking Sam Darnold, because Hugh Jackson likes USC, and we'd be fucked, because Sam Darnold is he'll be out of football in 2 years. He's horrible. Typical USC quarterback. He got a cream puff arm, and he's horrible. So, thank God John Dorsey's here. We got the right quarterback, but we need to put players around him offensively. We had a player. 4 catches for 100 yards for New England today. And Josh Gordon, I'm going to tell you something. He would have had more numbers. He would have had way better numbers in Cleveland than he would in New England, because Mayfield would have been hitting him left and right. He would have had more than 4 catches today, I'll tell you that. Tom Brady spreads around more. They don't just key on one receiver, so. The bottom line is the Browns took a tough one. I'm used to it by now. I don't even care. I mean, during the game, I'm fucking worked up, this and that, but now I could care less. It's over. 2-4-1. Technically, where we can afford to lose, I figure one more game if we want to make the playoffs. 10-5-1 will get us there. 9-6-1 maybe. But in order to do that, we'd have to go 7 to the rest of the way. And that, my friend, could be a tough little thing with this roster. Defense played great. You can say what you want. Second half, they played fucking great. They made the adjustments, and they played great. You know, if Jabril Peppers don't fumble that punt, for all intents and purposes, we go down and fucking kick a field goal. But I think Jabril Peppers should not be returning punts anyway. He's not a punt returner, I'm sorry. Michigan had him doing that in college. He's not an offensive player. He's not, I'm sorry. I know he was running back in high school, but he's not. So, we're taking a step. I mean, the offense wasn't great. Second half, they had flashes. Defense did perform. We're getting better, but that's not good enough. I want to win. And if I was the GM right now, I would not have traded away your best player in Josh Gordon. And if we had Josh Gordon right now, instead of losing games like this, we win this game. Instead of having to kick overtime in fucking Baltimore, we beat that team by 20 or 10, 14, whatever. I'm telling you right now, that loss of Josh Gordon is going to loom fucking big on this organization, because John Dorsey's a fucking retard. And now, John Dorsey's probably saying, well, I'm not going to get a fucking receiver, buddy boy. I wouldn't have traded away my other one, you fucking retard. Do whatever the fuck you got. Get somebody. I don't give a fuck who to get. Odell Beckham Jr. I don't give a fuck. Him and Landry and Mayfield will fit in perfect together. Mayfield's a competitor. I love the kid. I do. I'm not blinded, though. When he doesn't play good, I call him out. Earlier in the game, I was telling my boy, this kid's got to do something. Even though the play call was horrible, he still got to do something. And sure enough, in the second half, he did what he needed to do. So, the Browns lose. Mayfield has a decent day. Great second half. And Sam Darnold shit himself all over the fucking, MetLife Stadium? God, I hate to be a Jet fan. Oh, my God. They got Sam Darnold. They think all these Jet fans think Sam Darnold's their savior. He's fucking horrible. You guys are blinded. He's terrible. Good quarterbacks don't do what he did today. I'm sorry, they don't. You can say he has no receivers, but he has a hell of a lot more talent than Cleveland and a way better offensive line. So, don't tell me he has no talent, because he does. Mayfield's doing it with fucking smoke and mirrors. He has nothing. Nothing! Lee, he got like 46 drops already this year. So that's my assessment on the Cleveland Browns. The referees suck. They really do need stage 4. I'm sorry. You got to understand something, people. The referees are horrible. NFL's $1 billion industry. They need to hire full-time referees. Anyway, I got to go. I couldn't make this video in my house. I'm going to tell you why. I thought I was going to be yelling, and my cats get scared, man. I don't like to scare the motherfuckers, man. Because I don't want to scare them, man. You know what I'm saying? So I had to come in my car and make it, man.